Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, different artists, and we get into one of their records, we get into the music, lyrics, how it was made, and everything in between. My name is Tyler, and way out there hundreds of miles away is Jeff. While you're listening, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button. So, that's all I have for the boring intro. What are we doing this week, Jeff? Go.
That was pretty boring. Turnstile.
Turnstile, yes. What album?
Turnstiles is the new album, Never Enough. Never Enough.
Never Enough. Came out a couple weeks ago in 2025, June of 2025, early June. Fourth record. This is a Baltimore-based band, hardcore band, generally speaking. Highly anticipated record after their last record, Glow On, was pretty successful for a band like this. Pretty damn successful. So we're doing the new record. We don't do new records that often, maybe a handful of times a year, but we're doing it this time with Turnstile because we love this band. We love this fucking band.
It's true.
So let's talk about our origin story with Turnstiles, and then we'll get into the first impressions of the record, bangers, stinkers if we got them, and like I said, everything in between. So origin story, what do you got with Turnstile? Go.
So I actually sent you I found the page of what caught my eye to begin with.
I saw that.
And they look so different.
I was in Chipotle and I opened that and I just started laughing out loud.
Why are you in Chipotle?
I'm on a Chipotle kick right now.
Dude, Chipotle's not good.
It's not that good, but I get in these I gotta eat it all the time. I'm in a Chipotle kick right now.
Fucking hell. I will give Chipotle that I don't do the burritos. I can do like a bowl, like a burrito bowl.
Yeah, I get a bowl. Yeah, I get a bowl.
And if you add enough salsa, enough salt to it, then it's edible. But my God, it's just the most bland tasting fucking food you could possibly eat.
What you got to do with Chipotle, and a lot of people make fun of me for this until they try it and they realize, oh, that's actually a great fucking idea. It's really good. Half the stuff you get at Chipotle is all cold. So when you put it into a bowl or into a burrito, your fucking food is cold or very, very lukewarm. It's not very good. You got to heat that shit up. Take it home. If you got a bowl, take it home, mix it all up in the bowl first, throw it in the microwave. All you need is 1 minute in the microwave. Melts everything. Everything's piping hot. Fucking it changes everything. Same with the burrito, too. Get extra cheese in that burrito. Fucking so good. So good.
I don't mind cold like Mexican food. I enjoy it. It's good. But Chipotle's is not.
That's fine.
Dude, Chipotle's worse.
I'm just saying. Okay. Yeah, continue.
Chipotle's not good, dude. It's not good.
It's okay. It's okay.
And you live in a fucking area where there's like good Mexican,
and I do get
like 100 feet.
And the thing is, I do get good Mexican food all the time, but sometimes I just fucking want Chipotle. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about Chipotle, but sometimes I just want it.
That's the craziest part. Is like you live in an area where like good Mexican,
some of
literally
the best
100
Mexican
feet
food.
Away.
Yeah, some of the best Mexican food I live near, and I still get that Mexican food. I still get it, but once again, you just want some Chipotle, some fucking super whitewashed Mexican food. Okay,
that's all right. That's fine. Origin story, punknews.org. I found the article that caught my eye. I had to search for it for a minute, but I typed in Turnstile band topless rooftop and eventually found it. But yeah, it was the band circa 2017. So the picture might have been 2016 when it came out. And for whatever reason, these guys sitting on top of this rooftop. But I think that's Brendan with his shirt off.
Yeah.
And I was like, these guys look fucking, because he's got like the shorts kind of pulled up a little bit high. You know, he's got like the black socks, black shoes on, and that's hardcore kid through and through.
Hardcore
and of course,
shorts, yeah.
You got to have a little hat on. I was like, these guys look kind of cool. Like, that looks pretty dope. And then, sure as shit, like, here we are, right? Almost 10 years later because of this one weird fucking picture.
This one picture. Well, this is what you said. So back in the day, I mean, this also goes along with my origin story. My origin story is you. You and I first started this podcast in 2016. Very shortly after we started the podcast in July of 2016, we used to bring like new bands or bands neither of us had really heard of to the pod and talk about them at the time. And Turnstile was one of those bands. And I asked you, why this band? Like, before even hearing the music, I was like, why this band? And you're like, I don't know, man. The picture was cool. Just some guys without their shirts on. I thought they looked really cool. And
I think I said shirtless boys.
Shirtless boys. Yeah, that's what you said. Yeah, you said on the podcast. Yeah, just some shirtless boys in this picture, and I thought they looked really cool, so I checked them out. And Tammy actually listened to that episode. That's when she used to listen to the podcast, and she thought that was the funniest fucking shit, and how stupid it sounded.
It's so stupid.
It's so dumb. A couple of shirtless boys in this picture. That's why I got into them. But yeah, that's what it is. And yeah, Nonstop Feeling had come out just before that, and then yeah, once we heard this fucking band, man, dude, it's just, we loved them. I mean, and we did Nonstop Feeling back in 2016 or early 2017.
Yeah.
So we've been doing Turnstile since the beginning, and we've done all of their records. We did Glow On when it came out. We did Time and Space when it came out. We obviously did Nonstop Feeling, and now we're doing Never Enough. So we've liked this band for a long ass time. Maybe not from the beginning, but for a long ass time.
At least 2017 when this picture came out. So
when that picture dropped on Punk News.
When that picture dropped on punknews.org. Back when they had a really dope podcast.
Yeah, that was a cool podcast back then. Yeah, when you saw a couple shirtless boys, you had to check them out.
Boys, gotta check them out.
So that's our origin story. We share the same origin story with this band. First impressions now on Never Enough from Turnstiles. What do you got, Jeff? Go.
First impressions were not good. They were not good. So I've been for a while now. I've been trying to listen to albums of the week that I'm not too familiar with cans on in the best ways, at the gym, because at the gym I'm there for at least 30, 45 minutes or whatever, and I can tailor it to be as long as I need to be for as long as the record is. And the first time I listened was at the gym. I was like, dude, this sucks. I hate this so much. I hated it so much.
It's not a good gym record. It's not a good
good record to listen to. I mean, it's not about just a gym, because I listen to podcasts at the gym or whatever. It's not about I don't listen to things at the gym to get me pumped up to be moving and stuff. It's more just so I can zone out and work on if I'm lifting in form and stuff and make sure everything's being okay. I have no problem separating the intensity of my workout with I need intense music. No, I can listen to anything. But no, I really did not like this. I thought it was fucking terrible. I was like, you literally just gonna rehash Glow On, bro? Really? And in a lot of respects, they do. The opening track on this, Never Enough, is fucking Mystery. Is opening to Glow On. They are very, very similar in a lot of ways. But as I kind of listen to it more and more, I do get what they're doing with this. I do understand why this exists. So I think I would judge this more harshly if their next record is even worse. But I will give it more leniency if their next record is really, really good, because I understand why this exists.
All right. So yeah, my first impressions, a little bit disappointed. I heard the first song they put out was the song Never Enough. They put out a video for it, and then at the very end of the video, they teased the next song, Birds. And for about 2 weeks, you got nothing but Never Enough. And it's this is it? This is all we get? It's a good song. Don't get me wrong. Never Enough is a good song, but it's certainly one of the weaker songs on the record. And I don't feel like this is a good showcase of the record. I mean, it's just, it's very, very mid-tempo, very ethereal, very dream pop, whatever that newer genre you want to call it. But yeah, very, very dream pop-esque. And honestly, I was a bit disappointed in the end. A bit disappointed with that song. And when I listened to the record for the first time, I listened with cans on, and I listened to it twice in a row. And it was actually after we podcasted a couple weeks ago. After we podcasted, as I was
Mm-hmm.
cleaning up, I just put my headphones on and I just listened through it once. I was cleaning everything up, cleaning up the office and everything, and then I'd let it loop. I let the record loop, and I was cleaning the house and everything like that, just kind of getting into the music. And of course, I liked it. The record is really good, but it's Glow On 2.0. That's what it is. And I say that in the most respectable way, because Glow On is truly, truly a beyond banger and so unique in itself. But this is 2.0. I don't even want to say B-sides, because it's better than B-sides, but it's Glow On 2.0. So that's my first impression, or my first impressions of this record when it came out, and when I listened to it, when I looped the record, listened to it twice that night. But yeah, in the end, I think I've listened to this record probably since it came out, maybe like 10 times since it came out, on vinyl, on my car speakers, on my big speakers, my vinyl, everything. I've gone every which way with this record so far. So yeah, there you go. First impression.
Okay.
So
Good.
Let's
Good first
get
impressions.
into. Do we have any stinkers on this record? First of all,
No.
yeah, same here. No stinkers. I don't even have any okay songs. I think they're all bangers. I think every song fits within the record. I think this is a record that's meant to be listened to front to back. There's a lot of interludes, a lot of synth, a lot of atmospheric kind of world building in a way on this record. So I don't think there's any even okay songs, but in the end, I think the album's meant to be listened to front to back. So
Yeah,
that's what I got on it.
It's still a little early to kind of like to say this song's not very good. This song was a banger. So I have like 4 songs. No, I have 5 songs that I think will never not be bangers. I could add more as time goes on. Would have a little bit more. I'm more comfortable with this record, and like seeing them play these songs live too, add a little bit of nuance to it, because like that's like the DIY of them playing punk songs without like all the fluff on it. It's kind of like, okay, cool. Like I see where you were going with that, but you churched it up on the record because like, I don't know, it's fucking fun. Who cares? I get it.
Yeah.
So I have 5 songs that are like bangers that I don't think will ever not be bangers. But everything else I agree is at least pretty fucking good. I have nothing on this that I would skip or I don't like. There's a couple parts here and there. I think overall it's a little bit bloated. It's 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we need a 45-minute record like this.
Yeah, I mean, you could cut out like it Never Enough. I mean, the first 40 seconds of that song is just it's synth, it's some build up, but it's a lot of synth, and then the last like minute and a half is also mimicking really the first part of the song, and it's like you can cut out at least a minute right there. You know what I mean? And then because I mean the lead up into the second song, Soul, is fantastic, but you don't need a minute of that, a minute and a half of that, I should say. So I mean, a lot of this, I mean, yeah, it's bloated. This album's bloated. You could easily cut this down to like a solid 38, 39 minute record. Honestly, I think it would have been better had it been cut down a bit. But yeah, you could easily get it under 40 minutes.
This
easily.
for sure you can get under 40 minutes. The song Dull itself.
And not even cutting out like whole songs, just cutting out
Dull.
Cut out outros, cut out some of the intros.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you could do that. Cut down the last song, Magic Man. Cut that down to like 20 seconds rather than 2 minutes. Come on.
I mean,
you don't need that. I get it. Like you wanna like make it so the album perfectly loops, so you're constantly listening to the record. I get that, but you could do that in 20, 30 seconds, not 2 minutes.
See, this is where like the problem lies, and where I struggled this week is when I first listened, I was like, this fucking sucks, and then subsequent listens, I like it more and more and more, and then now talking about it again, I'm back on like this sucks because Magic Man, like you can cut that out entirely. Like just because it loops, like it doesn't really, it doesn't do anything for the record. Time is happening. You can cut that entirely. That's a Weezer song, Pinkerton B-side era Weezer song. You cut out the song,
which
Dull.
is still great. Which is another thing. It's still great. Like you're saying these songs, you can cut them out, but they're still fucking great. You're comparing one of these songs. You're comparing one of these songs to a Pinkerton B-side. Pinkerton is your favorite record of all time,
And I love the B-sides of Pinkerton
exactly.
era. That's
so
like the
it's
best
like
of it.
cutting it out. It's like, what does that even mean? That's like a compliment. That's not even a negative.
But I don't want to
thing say.
hear like Turnstile has their own unique sound. They have their own sound
For the most part,
and,
yeah.
And let's let's start from the top here, right?
Are we going to do a song by song or?
But well, I think we need to start like this record is missing something. The biggest thing this record is missing is
Brady.
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 Is it Brady or Randy?
It's Brady Ebert or Ebert. Brady Ebert.
What a stupid name. Why do I think Randy?
I don't know. There's not even a Randy in the band.
Is Randy and Brady kind of similar or not even?
No. It's Brady Ebert. Yeah.
I feel like Randy and Brady are both like
they're not the same.
Stupid fucking like white kid names that like no one would ever name their kid ever again.
I did go to school with a guy named with a kid named Brady, all through elementary school through high school, like kindergarten through 12th grade. Guy named Brady.
I don't remember any Brady in high school, so that's false. Because we went
No,
to the same high school, so.
We did go to the same high school, but I literally grew up with this kid.
Well, I don't remember any Brady there. Yeah. So anyway, this whole record is missing something, and it's missing fucking Brady.
Brady Ebert.
Brady's such a stupid first name. It's not a first name. That's gonna bother me.
I like
now.
to keep saying it because you keep getting so hung up on it.
Brady. Yeah. So like this record is missing Brady, and you can tell from Glow On to here, not just like solos, because like I don't fault Meg at all in this record whatsoever, because you're thrust into a band that's like skyrocketing to fucking fame, like shooting the moon. And you're supposed to like pick up the pieces and fill in on the lead guitarist that also like clearly co-wrote a lot of the fucking songs, but also like gave the band direction. If we're talking like nonstop filling the time and space to Glow On, right? They're getting bigger, they're getting better, they're understanding their goals and they're achieving them in a way that's both like very musically talented, but also like kind of like also mainstreamy, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. But then you throw this record in there, and it's like a screeching halt. Like, stop. Okay, everybody's hold on a second. We need to figure out what we're going to do. So to me, this record is almost like a repeat of Glow On with a different cast, and then let's go on from here. And so I think that no matter what, this will never be fucking top three. As far as their big 4 albums are concerned, they're only 4 albums. This will never be top 3 because you are missing this guy who clearly had a huge or part in like writing these songs. None
Literally
of these songs
has been in the band since since its inception. Yeah, I mean, and not to say like I mean, in the end, the first 3 records, it's not like he was doing anything extraordinary, guitar playing wise. It's not like he's this guitar virtuoso, which you don't need to be. And Turnstile have a very simplistic way of playing their writing their riffs. I mean, these songs are not complicated on any of the records. They're not complicated riffs. But the thing with Never Enough is that it just sounds like some of these riffs are kind of lifted from Glow On.
They 100% are.
It's the most lifted album out of all 4 of them. You can kind of make the argument with between Nonstop and Time and Space, but I mean between Glow On and Never Enough, I mean, a lot of these songs are so similar. And I agree with you. I'm not knocking Meg Mills. I think she's probably a killer guitar player. She's been in other not bigger hardcore, but like, hardcore bands. Like, she's not just this chump.
She's not some schmuck.
Yeah. I mean, she
she's
played
from the UK.
She's from Britland, so that's something. They don't know hardcore, really.
They don't, dude. They don't. They don't.
We're only saying that because we have a good friend of the pod, Skip, and he's from Britland. So
all they know over there is just like pretentious classic rock. That's it.
That's true. Yeah, pretentious classic.
That's
David
it.
Bowie. Yes.
Queen, Zeppelin.
Yes, but mostly David Bowie. They love David Bowie for some reason.
Especially
People love
David Bowie. Nick Cave.
Yeah. Is Nick Cave even British?
I don't
think he's American. I think he's actually American.
I think no.
Skip is probably like fucking fuming right now. He's probably fuming. He's like, I can't believe you fucking Yanks, Kenny. You don't even fucking know who Nick Cave is and where he's from.
I think he's Australian.
Is he?
Yeah, because he has like an accent that's like similar. I can't tell
Maybe
the difference between UK accents and like UK, New Zealand, Australian. All sound the same to me.
He's Australian. Yeah, I just looked it up.
I'm just kidding. They don't sound the same to me. But for real, like New Zealand and Australian, they do sound like
the same.
It would be hard for me to pick those out. But obviously, I can tell between Australian and UK.
Yeah, definitely. But anyway, yeah. Then going back to this, no knock on Meg. I mean, she seems like a nice person. She seems like a killer guitar player. But yeah, I don't think, to me, it doesn't seem like she had a lot of writing on this one, because it once again, it's a lot like Glow On. I think because they were the success of Glow On, like the band blew up. They went on tour with Blink-182.
Crazy.
The first time they had ever played arenas like that
on their reunion tour, right?
Yeah, on Blink's reunion tour,
like the biggest tour on earth at the time. Except for
I get it. I mean, that's a lot of pressure on any fucking band to go up against like arguably their most successful record and trying to do something great. It's like when Blink put out Enema of the State. It's like, well, yeah, we could go do something different, but it's probably safer to do Take Off Your Pants and Jacket, which is still a fucking incredible record.
And it's crazy that they could do something better.
It's not better.
Insane. I know,
it's
you're
not
right.
better. It's not better.
100% right.
But you get my where I'm going with this. It's like we got something really good. Let's kind of keep up that momentum. So I feel like that's where Never Enough is. So I'm very curious where they're going to go after Never Enough. But yeah, I don't know.
I think we both are kind of on the same page. Like Never Enough, like this almost gets a pass. Like this gets a pass because like there's no fucking way with like Inner Turmoil, a new band member, kids who grew up in the DC hardcore scene are now opening for Blink-182. They're idols. Where they talk about like the people they want to tour with and stuff. And there was a I don't know, one of the.
Did you watch that Zane Lowe interview, or did you try to watch it?
No,
they did. They were with Zane Lowe like a month ago, maybe a couple weeks ago. It was so boring. I got like 15 minutes into it, like a 45-minute interview. I got like 15 minutes into it, and dude, Zane Lowe has a lot of energy, and these guys are just like the most calm, chillest people in this band.
I know.
They're so reserved, so quiet, and they do not match Zane Lowe's energy at all. So he's so excited about the music. I'm like, oh yeah, thanks, man, I appreciate that. Well, this is kind of what we were going for. And then they go on this like 2-minute like spiel about like nothing. I don't know.
So
just
I watched the Pitchfork interview they did, and then I watched the Nardwuar interview.
The older ones
did.
that they did like Nardwuar like 2 or 3 times over the years.
And that one was fun because that was when the band was a different thing. But the Pitchfork interview was when they had Meg in the band. And that was when they're asking, like, they're like, what the fuck, you know?
Dogs are barking.
Do you hear them?
I do hear them. Just keep
like,
going.
Is it loud or like kind of loud?
It's fine. Just keep going.
But like, I'm just curious how loud it is on your end.
It's not that loud.
Oh. It's just
dogs
like
are barking.
Like dogs are so dumb. I would never have cats because I hate cats. I think they're fucking.
Well, you're also
devil,
allergic to cats.
Yeah. And
when I had a cat, you would come over and you had to take allergy medicine all day and all night.
I always think like, maybe I grew out of it. Then I go to your house, like, nope, it's even worse.
Yeah,
but like cats are the worst,
I don't have a cat
dude.
anymore though. So
cats are the worst. Like dogs are dumb as fuck, right? But like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, the interview they did with Pitchfork had Meg in it, and the same thing. Like it was like they're, I don't want to say they're boring, but they clearly don't know how to handle fame. And so one of the questions was like,
they don't.
Like, hey, who would you want to tour with above anybody else? Like, what band do you want to like open for or headline with or whatever? And the only guy that like was like, dude, we fucking just did it. Because after the Blink tour, was Pat, the other the rhythm guitar player, or not lead guitar player.
Yeah.
Like, we just fucking did it. Where everyone else gave an answer that was very fancy, very on the fence. Like,
yeah, they're very on the fence. Yeah,
our next tour that we do with our opening band, but like he was the one like, dude, like basically saying like, did you see we just opened up for Blink? Are you like that's crazy? And like that's fucking nuts. Like, like where are we in music now? We're like a hardcore punk band from like the Baltimore DC area is now opening for Blink-182 on their reunion tour. The biggest tour of like Blink's career.
Yeah, but also it's not uncommon for them to tour with pop punk acts because you go back to like 2015 or 2016, they were opening up for Newfound Glory. So they opened up for like pop punk or like more poppy bands. That's not unusual, but opening up for Blink on Tom's return tour, that's a better way to put it. Tom's return tour.
Yeah.
The TRT. That's huge. That's fucking. I mean, those arenas that they were playing, and I think they only did the U.S. leg. I don't think they did any other part of the world. It was only the U.S. leg. But even still, those shows were fucking massive.
And it's Turnstile is this band. Turnstile is a band that like has grown from this grassroots effort, and like the reason why I'm going to give Never Enough a pass is because these guys aren't just a fucking bunch of posers who put together Glow On Part 2. They just did a free fucking show in Baltimore, right?
Which is crazy.
To like give homeless people like free healthcare. And like, of course, Reddit fucking trolls are like, oh, if you actually wanted to make a difference, you would charge and donate the money. Like, motherfucker, like they're musicians first.
we also know most of the people that comment, or at least half the people that comment on the internet, whether it's YouTube, Reddit, 4chan, wherever it may be, most of that they're bots. They're not even real people. It's not even real people. It's just people. It's just bots there to stir the pot, to click revenue, ad revenue, for clicks, all that kind of shit. Most of that shit's not even real. So you got to take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, it's for sure, because it does seem like a thread is all going one way, and then one guy says like, "Whoa," and then it's like, "Come on, dude!" Like nobody actually believes that.
Yeah,
but yeah, they do this fucking free show, right? Like this free show that like all hardcore punk bands do. They're playing the VFW, not even fucking like 6 years before this. Like even after Time and Space was coming out, they're still playing like VFW shows, like American Legion, like. It's crazy to me. It's fucking mind-boggling. And they put this on, and not only did this just go off the rails, but everybody was respectful. And at some point
that was
later
the
in
coolest
the show,
part, right?
He even says he's like, "Yo, dude, like they're gonna shut us down if you keep like stage diving. So just no more." And not one person did it until the last song.
And then it went
he's
fucking
like, "I'll
crazy.
get fucking no."
It's so cool, man.
You watch that whole performance too, and I think there was like maybe 2 people that like ran into Brendan as he's like on stage, just like very, very respectful, very, very like much in tune with where I'm at on stage, and I want to stage dive, but I also want to be respectful because the band is here first, and like it's absolutely bonkers how much people love this band, and rightfully so.
They love the scene. It's not just the band, but they love the fucking scene. That Baltimore show last month, I mean, what did they estimate? Like 20,000 people showed, or something like that,
in a space that like only should hold like 6,000.
Maybe not 20. Maybe I'm exaggerating.
I think it was like 10, or I think it was like 10 to 15,000.
But it was way more than I was ever expecting. You watch the video, you see the pictures from that. It's a park in Baltimore, and not only is like the main field area completely covered with people, but you kind of like look closer into the trees, and like on each
They're
side,
everywhere.
the fucking people are everywhere. It's fucking so cool. Like it's some shit. I don't know. You don't see bands do that. Like everything is just so forced by Live Nation or by advertisers. And how can the artist make as much money as they can by pushing whoever's sponsoring them? But this seemed, I'm sure there was some of that for here because they're a popular band. I'm sure there was some sponsorship and ads, but it wasn't as grotesque as most artists you would see, especially a band at this level. Like they say, we don't want a barricade. It's just the fans and the stage, which can be dangerous, obviously, especially at a hardcore show. It can be dangerous, or a metal show. But once again, it's the scene. People look out for each other. And in the hardcore scene, a lot of the punk scene for most of the decades is very, very respectful. It's the metal scene that tends to get much rowdier. It's people that are really into the scene and don't know the etiquette that fuck it up for everybody else. It's the few.
And festivals.
In festivals, it's the few that fuck it up for everybody.
Ruin it.
Yes, 100%. But you get people coming together for a band that they fucking love in the scene. It was like kind of beautiful. Like it was kind of a beautiful moment. And a lot of people were I saw some people talking about it in the media, and they were saying this is like going to a concert in the 90s. Like this is how every concert was in the 90s. Nobody really had their phones out, and everybody's just fucking living in the moment. They were just like fucking digging the band, enjoying themselves. Fucking killer.
It was essentially like their Woodstock. Like if you could like,
and then the way they
them
shot
into,
it,
like, late 60s. I hate
the way
that
they
shit,
shot
though.
it.
I'm fucking tired of that shit.
They shot it in
an old camcorder from the 90s.
Yeah, like a 90s camcorder. Yeah,
I'm
they
tired
shot it
of
like
that shit though. I don't like that.
It's fun. It's nostalgic. Like some of the videos they made for this are also like done in like 8mm, which is cool. I dig it. I like the whole artsy aspect of it.
Do both.
And at least with like the music videos and we didn't watch that the movie that accompanies this video, because the movie's nowhere to be found streaming, so we didn't watch that. We tried, but we couldn't find it. But in the end, like that was all done like I think like 8mm, at least 8mm style.
It was produced by Brandon and Pat.
Yeah, the singer and guitar player, Brendan Yates, Pat McCrory, the singer and guitarist. So yeah, they did the whole movie, and Brendan also produces this whole record. There's some guys who come in and I guess have helped did some of the production, but overall Brendan is like the guiding force on this record.
And that's my next maybe my biggest complaint of the record is I feel like, and again, the next record is going to be monumental. The next record is going to define this band, whether or not
I think you're getting your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up.
But like the next record is going to like define them, whether or not they'll even be a band, because this record is so fucking close to being just the Brendan Show, and it's crazy and it's wild.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you just booted this guy, right? Like Mike, like he just produced
Brady.
Well, like Mike Elizondo.
Oh, the producer. Oh, Mike Elizondo. Yeah, the producer.
Glow On.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
He produced like one of the best like landmark records from this genre. Like truly, this is a landmark record for the hardcore punk genre.
Glow On. Yeah, Glow On was. Yeah, or is.
Yeah, Glow On was a landmark record. Now you kick him out and like, oh, I can just do it myself. And you have so much time on this record that is spent that is just Brendan on keys.
Yeah,
and it's just Brendan singing. And like it opens and ends with that, and there's a couple there's like 2 or 3 songs where it's just him, and so we're venturing dangerously close to like Turnstile just being done because it's the Brendan Show, and this record really feels like it could be the end of this band if they don't decide to turn it around and do something different after this, because dude, this really is like the Brendan Show.
I know, I know, I think what's going to happen is, I think they've gotten enough of a reaction from Glow On. I mean, this record. I mean, it's, for what it's worth, the reviews of this record aren't as great or positive as they were for Glow On. Hopefully, that's like a kick in the ass to them. They're like, maybe we should throw in some of our hardcore roots and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, we'll see. Maybe we have no idea, and we're really kind of getting ahead of ourselves because literally this record came out 2 weeks ago.
But then they do this fucking free show in Baltimore, which is like the most hardcore punk thing you could possibly fucking do.
No barricades.
That is crazy to me. Like you don't do this in the pop realm. You don't fucking do it.
No,
doesn't happen. Like
because
the big news story like a couple weeks ago was that girl that dude that jumped on the Katy Perry stage when she was singing and like put her arm around her, and there's the whole big thing. It's like, dude, like this is commonplace in hardcore music.
In hardcore, yeah, I know. But it's because
expected.
Because people respect the scene. People don't respect pop acts. They think they're gods. They think that, whatever they do to a pop artist, it's a different, like,
they're not real people.
They're not real people, so they don't view them as real people, and they feel like they can get away with anything with a pop artist. And that goes with it with anything. I mean, you even look at a band like Limp Bizkit. Remember a few years ago, like Wes Borland like kicked somebody off the stage, like literally kicked them off the stage because it's like, why is this fucker on stage? Like this is like Dimebag Darrell kind of situation because the metal scene can be fucking insane. It could be absolutely, especially after Dimebag in 2004, 2004, I think it was when he died. It's like, I get it. I fucking get it. But the hardcore scene is different. It's very communal. It's very respective. There's a ton of etiquette. Like if you step out of line at a hardcore show, you're gonna get the shit beaten out of you. You're gonna be kicked the fuck out, banned, blacklisted. Like there is a fucking etiquette at these shows. It doesn't look like it, but there fucking is. And that's why a band like this can have no barricades. They allow all the stage diving. They allow all this kind of shit.
And when he says don't do it anymore, not one person does it.
Everybody fucking respects them.
Isn't that crazy? Like 10,000 people. He says don't do it anymore, and not one person did it after that. Like that to me is like we talk about like crowd control, right? For like the big name, like Freddie Mercury at Live Aid and stuff, like controlling the crowd. This fucking like Brandon, well, who is he, right? Just this kind of like shy kid. And they all dress really fucking nice too all the time. But he tells 10,000 kids, don't fucking come on the stage again. Not one person does. Not even close. Not even close. Like close. No one even crowd surfs for the next 2 songs. But yeah, I think also like going back to like the intro to the band and why I decided to look into them is dude, their style always on point. Shoes, fucking shirts, hats, pants, everything they do, it always matches. Like they take a lot of care in their style, and like more than any other scene ever, like the punk aesthetic, the punk style is, dude, it's the best. It's the best.
The punkers
have absolutely, because there's so many. Style? No, the punk style in general, right? Like, because if you think like Like, what style does like pop have? Like, oh fuck, whatever, who cares?
It changes
But even like
every 4 years.
like hip hop has its own like very very unique style, and that's the only other I think genre of music that comes close to like matching the punk style. And the punk style is very very much like individualism, and doing what you truly truly like. But even to the point where like now they're buying nicer clothes because they have a little bit more money, and you can see like Franz, right? Like when they first started, and the shoes he was buying back then. Like he's buying like Dunks and stuff, and he's buying like really nice Nikes and things like that. But like now he's buying them more often because he has more money.
Yeah.
And like I think his style, for me, his style is like the best. I like him a lot.
Yeah, Franz,
just
he
the way
cool
he
style.
looks.
Yeah.
And even just like the inclusion of like, dude, they have a black bass player in a fucking punk band, right?
Yeah.
Like that's crazy, and it's cool to watch like shows and just because like. Punk is overwhelmingly white. Like that's
it is.
Always has been. It probably always will be.
And also with Turnstile, it doesn't seem forced. It's like Franz has been here since the beginning, like literally the beginning. And I mean, not that it's not. Yeah. Well, I mean, actually, I found out from the Zane Lowe interview, most of the band are drummers.
All drummers.
They're all.
Brendan played drums for Angel Dust. They're all drummers.
They're all fucking. Most of them are fucking drummers.
That's why they have that fucking. That's why they have like that groove down.
Yeah, they have
all
a great
start with the
groove.
beat.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, I mean, for a genre that is generally white people, it's cool to see. You know, I guess inclusiveness is that the right word to
It's
throw in
weird
here?
because like when most people say like inclusiveness, it's kind of like just a cheesy term, but like for us, because we've gone to so many fucking shows, and it's truly like mostly this like people like us, whatever. And so when we see like a girl at a show, it's like, oh fuck yeah, dude! Like let's make sure she has a good time because we want everybody to be here and not just like people like us, right?
Yeah.
And so like at these shows, especially that Baltimore show, which is fucking wild. There's a girls going in the crowd, and at some point there's a girl like in a really short skirt, and she came on stage like, oh dude, like that skirt's gonna come off.
I know.
But then you saw her jump back in, and everyone's like, oh, very respectful, right?
Dude,
like,
it was right. It was so different.
Everyone
than what you
deserves
would
to have
expect.
a good fucking time.
Yeah.
Like, don't be a fucking weirdo, dude. Everybody deserves to have a
Don't
good
be a
fucking
fucking
time.
creep.
And later on in the show too, there was a part where like one of the there's not a whole lot of like black people in the crowd, but like one of them like got closer to the stage, and like you can see him and Franz like react and then like acknowledge each other. I was like, cool, man. Like I'm just glad that
like,
everybody has found a place in punk music.
Exactly, man.
That's what I like.
That's the best part of it. And it feels kind of weird singling people out for that kind of stuff, but it's just like I wish punk and hardcore there was more of diversity, because you could bring a lot of cool. Because I mean, people, you grow up, in the black community, you tend to be more into funk, soul, hip hop, depending on your age, obviously. But you tend to be more into that stuff because that's what you grew up on. Your parents grew up on that, so on and so forth. And you can infuse a lot of that shit into punk. Look at fucking Bad Brains. Look at so many fucking bands over the years. Not in metal too. I mean, look at fucking Fishbone, but what's the metal band? Killswitch is one of them, but what's the metal band from the 80s? I can't
even DH from fucking Dead Kennedys. He's a black dude, and he incorporated a lot of that stuff. But
that's what I'm
playing.
saying. Like it's just, I don't know. I think it's just super rad bringing all the various influences into punk music. Fuck the punk purists. They're fucking dumb shits anyway. It's like, oh fuck, okay, I want to listen to fucking Sex Pistols and Ramones over and over and over again. Boring as fuck. But I don't know. I think it's super fucking rad how inclusive the hardcore scene has become, because in the 80s and shit, the hardcore scene was not inclusive for the most part. There was a lot of racism. All the skinheads. I mean, skinhead culture in the 80s was different. It wasn't as racist, but I mean, even still, it's just,
which is weird because like skinhead culture and punk go hand in hand, even though like so many bands fucking hate it. Like the No Effect show we went to with both of our significant others, right?
Yeah.
Remember, like in the middle of the fucking
Blues?
just straight fucking Nazis, like right in the fucking middle. And then Fat Mike said, what the fuck? What? No, dude, no.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yep. But anyway, we're doing back to Turnstile. Never enough. Never enough. Let's get into let's get into some bangers. Let's do some bangers. We've talked a lot about the background of this record, the and everything, lead up to it and all that shit. So Let's get into some bangers. What's your number one banger? Your 1B. What do you got? Go.
Number one banger, 1B. Second track, Soul.
Soul. That's my 4B.
Soul.
Fourth banger. What do you got?
I mean, again, we're going in line of like Glow On, and the way this one starts off is very much like I think it would start off if we were listening to Glow On. And it feels like it's going to get wild, but it kind of stays true to like the middle ground area. The vocals are fun. I like when they sing like this. And for being only like 3.5 minutes, like there's got a lot to this. It builds in that middle and it climbs so well, but then it also ends like how it came in.
Yeah.
I dig that.
Starts super heavy. That ba 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 ba.
Very Glow On,
and then it just very very Glow On. Just with the single hits on the snare and the floor tom, but then it just drops into the groove and everything like that with the same riff. Very basic, very Turnstile basic riff. I dig it. Not talking shit on that. That's what they do. They built their career on the basic riff. But yeah, this is the song, and then it kind of drops into this kind of like punky thing. You know, it picks up pace a little bit. Some solid harms on this one as well. I fucking dig it. That bridge is super cool with all the tom play on the drums. The synth is layered all over the place. And then, like you said, it ends with that heavy ass outro that kind of mimics or pays homage to that intro as well. It's a really, really well-rounded song.
It's good. It's yeah. It kind of actually is like the most like cheesy song on the record because it's like literally just a rehash of all things Glow On.
But it's great. It's still good. Fucking great. Like it sounds like criticism, but we're just when Glow On is just so fucking incredible, like nothing can compare to that record. So it's just everything's going to be inferior. And that's kind of what this record is. It's still fucking amazing, fantastic. No band sounds like this. Like no bands have. I feel like some bands have tried to do this, like Mind Force. I like that band a lot. They're a really cool hardcore band. Yeah. I have one of their records on vinyl. I think you do. You still have it, probably. I think.
Is it the record or a 7-inch? Or the 7-inch is in the record?
Yeah, there's like a maxi.
There's a flexi disc
or flexi disc. Yeah, flexi within the record.
Pad. It's a flexi disc.
Yeah, maxi pad. Yes. But no,
I'm always going to call them maxi pads now.
I think that's the only band that's ever kind of sounded like Turnstile, but the way that they approach their music is very much more in a thrash way. Like they're a way thrashier band than Turnstile have ever been. But vocally, in spirit, they kind of have that Turnstile feel to them.
Yeah, for sure.
But otherwise,
fun,
nobody
aggressive, youthful. There's a good way to put like Turnstile, youthful. Even though they're not that young, they're not that much younger than we are.
They're like early 30s.
Yeah, they're all in their early 30s at this point.
I mean, yeah, so we're like our late 30s, but damn.
Youthful was like Glow On was youthful. This record just doesn't seem youthful. This record just, I don't know. I'm liking it less and less as we keep talking about it. Actually,
which is
the
great.
more yeah.
I mean, I get it. We talk about it, but then when you listen to it, like when you listen to it again, you're just gonna fucking dig it. Because that's kind of how I felt too. Because you made some comments a few days ago, and you're like, "Man, dude, this record is really not that good." And I kind of agreed with you. And then I listened to it again, and I'm like, I don't know, man. There's some fucking great shit here. Even breaking it down this week, of course, there's so much of that those Turnstile riffs. They do the same thing that bum 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 bam bum 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 bam bum bum. They love to do that
every time.
Win it bum 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 win it bum 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 win it. It's just like the same fucking chord progressions over and over again. But once again,
That's their hardcore roots.
They're a fucking they're the punk roots. They are a punk band. Yeah, they have hardcore elements, but they're a punk band. Same fucking chords over and over and over again. So anybody thinking like, oh my god, this band is, they should do so much more, blah blah blah. But it's like, no, dude, they're a fucking punk band that does something unique. But in the end, they're a fucking punk band. They don't have to do anything complicated. They don't really throw in guitar solos or even really guitar leads. Even when Brady was in the band, there was that shit in there, but it didn't take over the songs. Like it was more of an accent here and there, but it it was never consistent. Even on Glow On, there were leads and solos, but it was never consistent. So it's like these dudes are punk guys and gals.
They are punk guys and gals, especially Meg too. Like that her Big Cheese band was pretty fucking dope. Soul's my 1B for now. Again, it's only been a couple weeks here, so I feel like my like I said earlier, my 5 Bs that I have, I don't think there will ever not be Bs, but the ranking of those Bs could easily change. But I don't think they'll ever not be Bs. BBs.
That's fair. I get it. Lyrically, let's jump into some of the lyrics. I don't want to spend too much time on it because I don't think there's a lot there. I mean,
this overall theme of the record. I think the overall theme of the record is it's hard not to see Brady in all of these songs. It's hard not to see the breakup of Brady in all of these songs. But then also like there's a lot of like we want to be a big punk band and now we're it and we don't like it. Like that type of thing. And like that's been done over and over and over, but that doesn't like diminish like how these people feel. If that's truly how they feel and it's earnest, then like you got to kind of like take it at face value and respect it in some capacity. Yeah, and I think like this record is rife with like 2 things. One is breakup, and I think it's breakup with Brady, and also like breaking up with like their sound that they relied with Mike on and not doing it on their own. So they're breaking away and just trying to like be their own band again. And then 2, they are not ready for headlining or opening up for Blink-182 on stadium tours. They're fucking not, dude. They are not.
I mean, and honestly, I think this style of music, I mean, as much as I love hardcore and punk, I don't feel like this style of music translates to big arenas, stadiums. I don't think it fits that. I think these bands, at most, they belong in amphitheaters. At most. Like, when I'm going to see them, they're playing a baseball stadium, but they're playing a very small portion of that baseball stadium, and it's all general admission, no seats, because I'm seeing them in October, and that's how it is. I mean, I don't feel like this band would be a band for, like, seating, like proper seating. Like, they're only a general admission band, standing only, and I don't think, like, it's just like, yeah, they did what they did in Baltimore in the park was fucking incredible. It was so cool, but man,
it's not realistic for a tour. That's not going to make them.
They're not going to be going through
earning
fucking
a
Michigan,
living wage.
Yeah, Michigan or Indiana, playing shows that big. It's just not going to happen. I mean, I wish it would because I think hardcore music deserves more credit than it gets, but it's just not. It's not realistic.
It doesn't deserve that much credit though. And like, there's a reason why like Blink can like headline stages or arenas and amphitheaters and baseball stadiums because they play pop music. Yeah, and there's a reason why this like nonstop feeling would never be that, because it's not like you said, it's not that type of song. It's not that type of thing. And that's silly to think that like we could be here, I don't know, Illusion of Safety in the same arena that will hear like Lady Gaga, right? Like Lady Gaga, like pop music is made for that shit. Like it's supposed to be that. Where like Illusion of Safety would sound like garbage, and like, it's not fucking fun at all. Yeah. It's a more intimate experience. The more you get, I guess the punker you get. I feel it's a more intimate experience. The more theatrical you get is going to be more of a pop experience, which again ties into like why Turnstile was so fucking great, is because they talk about theatrical, right? They put out a movie on this fucking record. Like, are you kidding me? That's fucking stupid. Yeah. But they're still kind of punk, and they still want to be punk. But I also do think they like that taste of, that taste of the fine wine really got to them.
Yeah, I would agree. And
like, I don't blame any artist for trying to like make a living doing their art. I really
especially
don't.
In this day and age. Yeah, it's so difficult. It's so difficult. And yeah, we're not knocking the band at all for their decisions and all that. I'm not knocking that, and I know you're not either. But yeah, it's just.
But I'm still gonna grade you on your performance, on the work material. I can't grade you on your aspirations. I can't do it. And again, the more we talk about this record, the more I'm kind of like still bummed out about it. But I get it. It's all right.
And so back to the lyrics. Yeah, I think there's a lot of undertones about the departure of Brady from the band. I mean, obviously, you can also relate the lyrics to, a lost love, a girlfriend, significant other, blah, blah, blah. I mean, like Soul, for example, it's just like his realization of being better off alone than being around shitty people in your life. You could equate that to possibly Brady or just a significant other in a relationship, a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it is. But in the end, I think the lyrics, after going through them all, there's not a ton there. Some of it's a little ambiguous, but overall, I think it's very much a placeholder for everything else. And even Brendan has said in interviews, like, I'm not a singer. He flat out says, I'm not a singer. I'm not a singer. I'm not a very good. When I do sing, I'm not very good. But yeah, I'm definitely not a singer. So I think as a lyricist, he's even, I don't want to say worse, but technically, yeah, worse. I think the lyrics they're not that deep. They're not fucking Dustin Kensrue from Thrice. They're not Alex from Atreyu. They're
repetitive.
Not Dashboard. They're not nothing like that.
Ooh.
I mean, I talk shit about Chris Carrabba and Dashboard, but he's a great lyricist. He really is a great lyricist.
So good.
It's stupid how good of a lyricist he is, but
yeah, no, Brendan does. He'll reuse the same verses throughout the song. There's not a lot of variety there, and the choruses are usually just like 10 words or less, just repeated in different ways and forms. Yeah. So yeah, no, he's not a lyricist, and this is one of those bands too where like you don't really know who writes what, and everything's credited to Turnstile,
which I like too. I like that.
But like, I think Brendan's a really good songwriter because he's been in 3 different bands that are pretty fucking good. Yeah, like he was in Angel Dust, and like besides
guitar in Angel Dust, Yeah,
it helped, but I think Brandon's just a really, really good songwriter, and you can hear it in songs from Glow On in this. When it's just him on the piano, in the NPR Tiny Desk concert, where he's doing like the Rhodes piano thing by himself. I was like, damn, dude, like you're reimagining these songs in the most basic form, and they're fucking good.
They're good, yeah. That's another thing too. This band, everything this band does is very, very basic, and I mean that in the most respectful way. They don't church anything up. Everything is so fucking basic. Those riffs, everything. It's like even the synth stuff he plays. There's nothing complicated about it. You're not fucking Yes. You're not Rick Wakeman. You're not fucking ELP. You're not Geddy Lee. You know what I mean? It's just like, and that's no disrespect to Brendan, but it's just like, and I think he knows it. It's like
it's a different mindset.
Different mindset, different style of music, obviously, and you don't need to be like that. You don't need to be Rick Wakeman, and you could write simple parts, simple lines, simple guitar riffs. I dig it, man. I fucking dig it.
I think in that Tiny Desk concert, they did Mystery, and it was heavily just like Brendan on the Rhodes piano, and I was like, damn, dude, like you could Regina Spektor this fucking song, and it would be a masterpiece. But then you can also hardcore punk this song, and it would be a masterpiece. And to like write a song that can go both ways like that is fucking crazy. It is impressive and crazy. Yeah. But I don't think we get any of that here yet.
Never enough. But once again, we have to spend some more time with it. I know when Glow On first came out, you and I were both just blown away by Glow On. As was most people felt that way about that record too.
That was a gasping.
Well, I think Nonstop Feeling and Glow On were records that were just unbelievable on the first listen. Yeah. Time and Space was something that took me a long time to get in. Like, I mean, I always liked it, but I always compared it to Nonstop Feeling. And I for a long time I didn't give it a fair shake. I think you probably did the same thing, but as you take a deeper dive, you don't associate it with the record that came before it. It really stands alone as something unique, and I think that's how Never Enough is as well. I think you got to not think about Glow On and really anything they've done, and look at it from a standalone perspective. It's fucking solid.
Yeah,
this whole record,
and the time and space when it came out, right? Like this era of mid 2020s punk music where No, it's 2025. 2020.
You said time and space.
Oh, I did quotes like the time and space.
Okay. I didn't.
It was a joke when Never Enough came out. We were talking about bands like Sleep Token, and we can't talk about this band enough because we fucking hate this band so much.
What, Sleep Token?
Yeah, Sleep Token.
It's not that I hate Sleep Token. It's just I don't get it.
Care.
I don't get it. I don't fucking get that band.
I hate Sleep Token like I hate Deftones.
Well, okay, that's stupid.
Fuck.
Love Deftones. But anyway, let's get back to Never Enough.
What's your 1B? Dreaming? Dreaming's your 1B.
I love Dreaming.
Okay, that's my 2B. So
you're acting like you fucking hate this song. You're the worst. You are the fucking worst.
For you, this song, the horns, like bro,
I love the horn. The horns are so out of left field.
This is not a Tyler hardcore punk fucking 2B song.
Why?
You're being inconsistent.
Because I'm white. Is that why? Because I'm fucking white.
What, horns? The white people can't like horns?
I don't. But it has like a very kind of like Spanish kind of thing going on.
I would feel like I would even venture to say that
on.
the first people to probably use horns in music were probably white.
But I'm saying the style of the song. It's a very kind of like, not samba. Is it samba? Is that the right genre? It kind of has like that beat. The beat is kind of samba, maybe.
I felt like this is just a. I like the song a lot. I think it's fucking wild.
I fucking love
like,
Dreaming.
You putting horns and shit into this, and it's just fucking.
Oh, the horns are just such a nice touch.
And like I don't know that little intro bit too, like leading into the song is just like, what the fuck? What is that, bro? Like you just can't ever. You can't ever just drop into something, right? You got to just like always pretend and do something weird and a little quirky. But this is not like a normal hardcore punk song that you would normally put in your top 5, 10, whatever it was. I think you put this in like your top 5.
I put it in my top 10. Yeah, my top 5. I think this is my number 4.
Like that's crazy to me. It's
a
great
wrong. Fucking song.
What you did there was wrong.
Like what the trumpet adds to this song is like what a really good guitar lead would offer to a song. But if you were to make that main line, if you were to make that a guitar, it would not hit nearly as hard as a trumpet. Like it was probably written on a guitar or a piano, but they're like, damn dude, let's just like throw in an instrument to really give it some kind of flair and flavor. Let's fucking do a trumpet and let's throw like this kind of like off beat onto it and make it this kind of like samba. Is it samba? I don't even know what kind of beat it is. I'm just saying samba for lack of a better beat or term. But I really think that's what it is. Like I love that this is the first time they've ever just kind of like put in like a Latin flavor into their song. And I fucking love that shit. I think it sounds fucking great, right?
I think like you're thinking that just because like the
yeah,
it just kind of have like the danceable Shakira kind of like thing going on here. Post PK, not pre PK, little fucker. Why would you ruin your relationship with Shakira? That's wild to me. Yeah. That boy's wild. He's an idiot.
I know.
I don't know. Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, Dreaming is my 1B on here.
Okay. That's
Nothing
good.
really sounds like this song from the band. They've never infused the trumpets like this into their music. They've never done this kind of beat and style in their music. I think it's fantastic.
I don't have anything negative to say about it. This is my 2B.
I'd be down if they did
great.
more music like this. I really like this infusion of styles. I think it's fantastic. Very basic riff, very basic kind of thing going on there. But I mean, it's Turnstile. They're a fucking punk band. What do you expect?
Where do they even go from here? Right? Like, do they become like this?
Exactly.
This like gizzard act where they just infuse hardcore music into?
I don't think. No,
world genres.
I don't think they. No, I don't think they can do a gizzard. I don't think they could do a BT Bam. I don't think they have it in them.
Where do you go from here?
Chops wise, I mean, maybe Meg does because we haven't seen all of Meg's chops. Maybe
I think the drummer's probably
he's the best part of the band. Like objectively, yeah. Daniel is the best part of the band.
He's fucking good.
Killer fucking drummer. But guitar playing wise, I think he's a good guitar player. We haven't seen how Meg does. Maybe she can, on the next record, maybe she could bring something more thrash, more whatever. I mean, we just don't know what her chops really are. But I mean, maybe we can get like more of a BT Bam kind of style kind of thing going on in the next record. Not like all the weird polka stuff, but you know, maybe infuse some more like. I mean, I like the polka stuff too, but add more like the Latin shit, like on this song. That's why
I don't know. Like I
just
don't know where you go from here.
You got to fuck with more. I think honestly they need to kind of ditch a little bit of the dream pop stuff. Obviously keep it because it's fucking incredible, but they got to ditch some of it and infuse some of the, I don't know, some other styles into it, or maybe just go back and make a straightforward hardcore record.
I fear that they're getting older, and because I really do think this is the beginning of like the Brendan show, I fear like we're gonna get a Morrissey in our hands, where like Brendan is going to turn into a complete like control freak, and this band is, well, I'm the face of this band because we know we can just interchange the other members, and I'm afraid like that's where we're going to head, because these guys don't know what the fuck fame is, right? Like there's a bunch of hardcore kids, they don't know fucking dick, they don't know anything, and so you keep throwing like all the money at them and all like the big tours and the show where 10,000 people driving all over from the U.S. to come to this fucking show. Yeah, I'm scared that this like Brendan is going to become like Morrissey. And especially in that, like, dude, there's a mad fucking New Order fucking vibes on this record. Mad Police vibes all over this record. Yeah. Like, it's wild. And I hope that's not the case. And I hope that he stays true to the band. And hopefully, like, I don't know, dude. I'm scared. This record scares me. I'm scared. Yeah. I'm terrified.
But also, I have confidence in Meg because she does come from a hardcore background. But I don't feel like she was given. I mean, what the fuck do I know or we know, because we weren't there, obviously.
I don't think she was either.
But I think she was there for the. No, she was.
No, she wasn't given a chance to really shine on this record.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I don't. I
agree. I don't think she was either.
I don't think so either. And I think like we could. I think with the next record we could have something different or something. Just different. I'm not going to say more exciting or better or anything like that. Just different, a little bit more away from Glow On.
I would like to hear like back to basics hardcore, but then like speed metal. I could see, because like her band that she did, the Big metal. Cheese,
maybe thrash, but not speed metal.
But like her band, but like you can't do. They've already done thrash. They've already done like songs that have thrash in them. So you can't just do that. You have to do something different. I think it's just them getting faster because they've gotten slower and slower. So the only way to go is either do an acoustic record or go faster and faster and faster. God, and the fastest thing you could possibly do is, of course it would. I mean, actually, I think it would work if it was just Brendan on the keys.
But that'd be like a Brendan solo record.
That's what this is.
I mean,
it's getting close to that. Yeah, this is damn near a Brendan solo record.
Yeah. It's getting really close. But also, Pat does have a Pat McCrory, the main. I guess I don't even want to call him a lead guitar player, because like Brady, when Brady was in the band, he was considered the lead guitarist. Pat was rhythm, but ever since Brady left, Pat has taken over lead. But now it's kind of like, it seems like Pat and Meg share guitar duties. But
duty.
But I mean, Pat has a big role within this band. I mean, he directed the movie with Brendan. Like, he's very, very hands on with the band, both audio wise, visually. He's very important. I mean, I don't want to say. I mean, he's important, but he's also very involved.
This is crazy because I just kind of caught us now doing it, but like we're talking about this band in terms of how can we make this band blink, right? Like how can we make them a brand that's going to last the next 30 years?
That's kind of true. Yeah.
And like it really is. Like that's how we're talking about this band. And like no other fucking hardcore band in the world ever in the history has lasted like this long. Like Minor Threat never lasted this long. Fugazi, fucking Bad Brains, Gorilla Biscuits for sure.
Fugazi did the same thing every fucking record for the most part. I mean, Fugazi are great, don't get me wrong, but they never really deviated from their sound. They just did. No. They found that one groove, and Ian MacKaye, and Guy. That's what they fucking did. That was their.
And we know, like, Ian MacKaye wouldn't go to fucking Live Nation shows to support his friends because he hates Live Nation so much.
Even to this day.
It's just like, I don't know, like we're trying to put Turnstile into the S tier of touring musicians, right? Like Blink-182. Mm-hmm. And they're never going to be that. And I think if they ever did become that, we wouldn't like what we heard. Like, I like them headlining the field of Petco Park, right? Like I don't like them headlining the stadium of Petco Park. Like that's just too much. There's not this band.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to be stadium fucking bands, arena like selling out like Metallica, right? I think like when we talk about Turnstile, like we want them to be Metallica. Like I want them to succeed. I want them to make a lot of fucking money and make a lot of cool ass music. But that's just not this band. That's not this style of music. It's never going to be that. They're never going to be Metallica. But they've already achieved more than most hardcore bands have ever achieved.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Already.
Crazy to think about. Oy vey. All right, so let's move on from Dreaming. Let's get into a couple more songs. God, we talked a lot about kind of the outside of this whole record, and we haven't talked too much about the record itself. But in the end, like we also talked about, mentioned, yeah, it's very, very new, and it's not that much of a departure from Glow On, but in the most respectful way. So let's get into your 2B was Dreaming. Okay.
Dreaming in the morning.
So let's get into Birds. My 2B here. So they teased this. So they originally came out with a video for Never Enough. And then at the very end of Never Enough, they teased the beginning, just the synth part.
Like this, right? The little hand and the drumstick. That was fucking sick. That
just
was
holding the drumstick
so cool.
Up. You hear the synth play, and then you hear the hi-hat that
stomping that fucking hi-hat.
Stomping it really. And like in the video, you can see like the hi-hat.
You see it moving.
Yeah, he's moving away.
Oh, so cool.
So sick. And then all of a sudden, when it's about to fucking drop, the video cuts. The video and audio fucking cuts, and you're like, what the fuck? and then like 2 weeks later, they come out with Seeing Stars, and you're like, what the? I think it was was it Seeing Stars? There was another video they came out with like 2 weeks later, and then that was like a 4.5 minute
video. Yeah, it was
video.
Seeing Stars.
Like it was all in slow motion, but the band weren't really in the video.
Yeah, it was.
And then
production weird.
Exactly, and then it went into the actual Birds live thing with the hand in there with the drumstick, the drop. The crowd goes fucking nuts in the video. God damn, it's so cool. But the song is very, very short. After the synth part, I think it's only like a minute 20 seconds.
Yeah,
maybe a minute 30 because it's the really, really fast part. The ba 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 da 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 ba 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 ba. I don't even know what he says. No idea what he fucking says, but that's kind of what he does. I do too. It's so much fun. There's the big drum roll with a lot of flange on it, and then a boom, and then it's the big riff. Very Turnstile basic riff that they've done over and over and over again. I love it. And then it just kind of drops, and then Brendan just kind of like grooves, like I don't want to say he raps, but he just kind of like grooves to the music and just kind of I have no idea what he says, but he just kind of like the way he's just kind of bouncing off the beat with his vocals is so fucking sick. I love this song. It's short, sweet, it's perfect. I love this song.
He does like rap punk a lot, and like that's just like the gate of them. And I think that comes from having like over 50% of this band started off as drummers, and like Franz never played bass until they were just about ready to cut the EP. They're like, "Yo, you need to play bass, learn these songs." And like he went from a drummer to now a bass player.
And even Franz has said like I'm not even the best drummer in this band. Like they're like Brendan's a better. I mean, obviously he could be just being modest, but it's like Brendan's a better drummer. Daniel's clearly a better drummer than I am.
Yeah, Daniel's so fucking.
Daniel's
good.
A fucking killer drummer. Yeah.
But yeah, like this band is based off of rhythm and like step to rhythm. Like this band is based off of rhythm, and just that like. Just that gate that they have. It's not just hip hop, but it's also based in like funk and soul. And you can tell these guys like Prince, and like we're not Prince guys, whatever.
Yeah, we're not Princemen, no.
Like we understand that Prince was a killer fucking songwriter, was a killer guitar player. I just don't like that music. But these guys like it. And you can tell in this song right here, because the way Brendan sings is very much like hip hop, like back on that backbeat, right?
Yep.
Almost like a Biggie thing where he's going on like the backbeat and going on the front beat and kind of like weaving in and out of it. It's a good song. It's just like, dude, it's 2.5 minutes,
but
and 50% of it is
songs.
just. But like 50% of this,
oh my god,
50% of this is worthless.
Is synth. Yeah, I know, I get it.
You don't need it.
It's synth. It's build up, But that's fine. But you do need it. You do need that build up.
You do not need it.
You
It
do
adds to
need
the
a lot of
overall. It adds to the 45-minute runtime of this, and we don't need that.
I think this is one of the few exceptions where the synth is appropriate for the song. Like there's a lot of
It's
synth
like 40 seconds. You can do 20-second synth, but 40 seconds?
20, 25 second. Okay, yeah, maybe that would be more economical, but
That would be very much
but
more.
it's still but even the 40-second lead up to it is still fucking incredible. Fucking love, especially when you're watching the video and just holding the drumstick in the air. Come on,
I love that part
it's
so much.
It's just so good.
Like
And
dude, like I feel like
it's so dumb.
when
It's so
he
dumb.
does that, I feel like a dog waiting for a treat, just like putting my head up, like waiting for like a piece of bacon or something. Like somebody's gonna throw at me. That's what I fucking feel like.
It's so stupid.
Like, ugh,
Oh, it's so dumb.
gimme. That's good.
So yeah, that's Birds. That's my 2B.
Birds.
I love this song. Love this song. So want to get into like a couple more songs and then wrap it up.
Yeah.
We're well over an hour right now. So
Yeah, we can just wrap it up here. I guess. I mean, there's only 2 songs. I guess one more song that I really want to talk
let's
about.
because I think all the songs are bangers. So let's get into your definitive bangers, your DBs.
I mean, it would just be Light Design, Sunflower, and then not Sunflower, Sun Shower, and Look Out for Me. Those are the last 3 like definitive bangers that I have that will never change.
Light Design, huh?
Light Design.
It's funny.
That
was so low for me.
It's funny because this one starts off like some like fucking Stranger Things intro kind of shit, like just super generic and cheesy. But dude, strong fucking melody, and I feel like they had the melody first and they based the song around it because everything that this song does embraces that melody, props up that melody to like really carry it through. And by this point in the record too, like you realize that you're desperately missing Brady's like lead guitar playing. And like
there could be some really cool leads here.
Like
Just like a couple little like
anything.
3-4 notes. Like
you're a punk band, bro. Like play guitar. You have 2 of them in your band. Play guitar. So I really really like this. But this would be my 5B. Like if I were to put like a B ranking on them. I just think the melody's way too strong to not
it's
talk about.
a strong melody. Yeah. Like of all the songs that needed more like complexity to it, like add more synth, add more lines, synth lines, guitar lines, whatever it may be. It should have been this song, but it's just very kind of like it's just very just kind of like very very basic up down stroke.
It's just 3 notes.
It does need a little bit more flair. Still a great song, but to me it's definitely a lower tier.
It's a stinker. That's okay.
It's not a stinker. It's still a great song.
And then Sun Shower and Look Out for Me are the only other 2 like true bangers we haven't talked about.
Sun Shower is fucking killer, but Sun Shower is also a song that, a minute 40 in, that's the whole song. After that, you have almost 2 minutes of just synth and shit like that.
Yeah. And it's tough because like come on, man. Like I don't want to have to sit through the flute and shit when I'm adding this to a punk playlist. Like we live in a day and age where everybody uses Spotify. Like I know Spotify doesn't pay their artist shit, but like fuck off. Everybody uses Spotify.
Tidal, fucking Apple Music, Spotify.
Like we're past like trying to like pretend like we don't all use Spotify or something similar to it. So like just break it up. Like, there's no reason you couldn't just broken the song up into 2 different places.
Yeah, no. Honestly, I think if you made this record like a 20 or 21 track album, it would have been better. Like
yes.
you put the synth stuff
Split
in like their own. Yeah, you put the synth stuff as their own track, and that way you could take the songs out individually, but you have the tracks there if you want to listen to the record front to back. Because once again, this record should be listened to front to back. It makes sense that way. But if you want to take them out individually, it's like, yeah, I want to throw a Sun Shower. Sun Shower is my 3B, my 3rd banger on this one. But if I want to throw this on a playlist, it's like, fuck, man. It's hard. It's like, okay, when I listen to a playlist, I don't want to have to go back to my phone or my computer or whatever and go switch the song because I have to listen to 2 minutes of synth.
Like imagine going from like He Who Laughs Last, right, AFI, and then going into Sun Shower. Like that's a solid transition, which I'm totally fine for. But then like that last part of Sun Shower, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I totally
Come
agree.
on, boys. Come on, boys. This is 2025. Get with it. And then Look Out For Me is the last true banger that I had.
Look out for me. Where's that?
Yeah, this is the
that's a lower B.
longest song on the record.
6 minutes and 43 seconds.
It's like almost 7 fucking minutes. Like, what do you do? But I think there's like 2 totally different sounds and songs going on here. There's like the hardcore stuff mixed with very well like that seemingly synth-driven 80s aesthetic. And it's funny because like we didn't grow up in the 80s. We were born in the 80s. We didn't grow up in the 80s. So like what we think the 80s was like is only based off of shit that we saw in the 90s, right? Or people that like grew up in the 80s and telling us and stuff like that. So when Turnstile does a song like this, like we're a little bit older than they are, but we're still in the same ballpark here. This is what I think like 80s synth driven like music sounded like, and this is what everybody was doing. And so like a lot of people that come into my store that are older that grew up in the 80s, like, oh, the 80s was also this and this and this. I'm like, well, that's not what I think, because like my nostalgia is different than yours because I didn't grow up there. So like what I think the 80s is like is this. And I like this because it's fucking goofy. And it's embracing the goofy because the spoken word thing at the end, even though it's not supposed to be goofy, it is still kind of goofy. But then also like the, now my orders hanging by a thread. Like that fucking yelling thing that we do. Like, come on, man. Always good. And then the spoken word part, like why? And I think, God, it's been so long since I watched The Wire. It was like during college when last time I watched The Wire, and I want to rewatch it now, again later on. But I don't know. I like it. This is like in their emo hardcore song is what this is.
I mean, I wouldn't say like emo, but I think
This
there's
is emo,
lot of.
dude.
I think there's a lot of rage.
Now
Rage
my
Against the-
heart
Rage
is
Against the
hanging
Machine.
by a thread.
Okay, well, okay, lyrically, but I'm talking about musically. Musically, I don't
What about
think
the
there's a lot
spoken
emo
word
here.
part?
Yeah, I would equate that more towards Rage Against the Machine than I would like an emo band. Also, that riff, the main guitar riff itself is very, very Rage Against the Machine. How open sounding it is too, like the big, ride hits, the with the riff going over that. It's very Rage Against the Machine. It's a very, very
the
Rage.
intro is very like Testify, right? The drum roll thing into it.
Yeah, the drum roll. Yeah, exactly. I think this is one of the most Rage sounding songs they've done since Nonstop Feeling. I really, really think that. But also, yeah, the song clocks in at almost 7 minutes, but the actual song itself, you take all the synth and stuff out of it, the song itself is just under 3 minutes. So you have over half the song on this track is just synth. It's just like, dude, man, it's cool. The synth stuff is a cool transition, but God, dude, I don't want 3.5 minutes of it.
No.
Come on, man. I'm not listening to not even I don't even want to say a shoegaze record, but just like I'm not listening to explosions in the sky. That's not what I'm listening to. Like parts of this record are kind of similar to Explosions in the Sky, but with vocals. There are certainly moments of that.
Yeah, I mean, these guys definitely like wear their inspirations on their sleeve. And there's a song called Slow Dive, and just talk about like shoegaze bands. Like Slow Dive is like the shoegaze band that these guys would have listened to. So like I get it. I don't like it, but I get it.
Yeah. So let's wrap it up. We've talked a lot about this record, the behind, I guess kind of the behind the scenes and kind of what we think of this record, and everything else. So let's actually the artwork. Actually, let's get into the artwork. What do you think of the artwork?
It's stupid,
right? Like
it's just like again, you're just
too much
going
of the
in
glow
line
on.
with glow on. Yeah, absolutely.
Like
It's
glow on
stupid.
was really cool with the pink and the clouds. I love that.
Yeah. Pink for fucking hardcore punk? Like, come on, dude.
I love that.
You know what's super annoying too is it's even like on Wikipedia for whatever it's fucking worth. Like, you know, like it says genre like underneath it, and it'll say like what's the predominant genre. Like if you look at the bag of ingredients on the back of something, the most important ingredient is the one that's listed first. For Never Enough, it's hardcore punk, and it's like, no, dude. Even with Glow On, I wouldn't say hardcore punk is like the first ingredient, and for sure, Never Enough is not the first ingredient for this.
Yeah, I would agree.
So that's irritating.
But it's just like, I mean, Nonstop Feel. I mean, all of their record covers aren't
They're
really
not
anything.
good, dude.
They're nothing to write home about. But it's just like with Never Enough, it's like you just have this like baby blue kind of background of the sky, some like wispy white clouds, like in the like very very faint. You have the rainbow in the corner, the very very faint rainbow in the corner. It's just like, god damn, dude. It's just
And it's a rainbow. It's not even the rainbow of like their rainbow thing they're putting in the background of their set, right? Like
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
that color scheme or whatever the fuck it is, like that would have been a cool rainbow. But this is just like a traditional, like boring rainbow.
Yeah, and also like the aesthetic that the band is trying to put forward with this record, you know, with let's throw it back to the 60s and 70s. I mean, they were on Jimmy Fallon a couple weeks ago playing fucking what record? What song were they playing? I think it was Seeing Stars. They played on Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
And they like the whole set that was designed for the band was very kind of like late 60s, like very very late 60s. The whole band were kind of dressed like of that style.
Browns, a lot of
browns, yeah, and like Meg, the way she was dressed was very like the short skirt. It's like girls don't dress like that anymore, really, for the most part. They're all wearing like the big fucking the over the ear headphones,
right?
And it's just like they were very much going for an aesthetic with everything I've seen from the movie that they put out, the music videos they put out. They're going for like a very late 60s, maybe early 70s kind of aesthetic and feel. But then you get the album cover and you're like, this is the complete opposite of what we've been seeing.
Yeah, this makes no sense.
Yeah, it
follows
it
no
suit.
suit.
No. So I think whatever. It could be a little bit better. But yeah, anyway. Let's wrap it up, give our final thoughts on the record. Let's rate the record based off of our world famous 3-point rating system, where 3 is a perfect album, 2 is a good album you're going to go back to. 1 is a bad album, give it a shot, and 0 is the worst thing you've ever heard. What do you got? Go.
Still too new. I've not cemented this. And even like when we do records that we've done 1,000 times, sometimes those rankings fluctuate. If you've ever listened to our blinkings, my rankings fluctuate constantly, whereas yours stay the same constantly. I don't know about that. But this is, you know what's kind of sad too? Like I thought for sure, dude, like they would have started their own label and released this on their own label as like the debut from their own fucking label.
That would have been sick.
Like, come on, man. Like, this is the next progression for a punk band. Like, you guys. Whatever. I get there's a lot of, like, inner turmoil with the band. And there's, like, nobody really knows what fucking happened between Brady/Randy with this band. I've seen a lot of differing opinions and hearsay. I don't really know. It definitely, off the cuff, it seems like he was an integral part of this band that wrote a lot of the bigger songs and pushed his band into different directions, because from 1 to 2 to 2 to 3, massive jumps. From 3 to 4, not really. And the only big difference was Brady. So I get it. This is a transitional record for them. We'll see what happens with the next one. I hope this doesn't become a Brendan Yates thing where he's like the new Morrissey and thinks he's bigger than anything else, bigger than the sum of his parts. But I don't know. I don't think so. I really don't, because if he thought that, he wouldn't let people jump on stage and grab him and touch him. Right? Yeah, I know. The way they did in the Free Baltimore show.
He doesn't come off like he has an ego.
He comes off like he has like the opposite of an ego, right? Like he's probably he's probably very self-conscious about like what he does. And we didn't talk about like his singing, how terrible it was, and you can really hear it in the Tiny Desk concert when he would just come in fucking flat. He would self like pitch correct, but like, damn, dude, like the guy just, he has to have like the first like line be shit until he can find his pitch. Like he can't just like have a natural.
Which is also respectful too. It's like he knows it doesn't sound good, but then he corrects it.
Yeah,
like a lot of artists don't do that.
Yeah.
They just, yeah.
He has a masterful command of his own voice, even though his voice is not perfect, and that's fine.
Which I still love too.
I don't want anything more than that.
Shit.
Tom DeLonge still has not mastered that, so I get it.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is a 2 out of 3 right now. I think that's fair. I bought this on vinyl, so I'm gonna listen to it over and over again. It's still really fucking good, dude. Like, I don't know if any other little punk band outfit, little 5-piece, put this out, we'd be like, damn, that's pretty fucking good,
right?
But
I know,
because it turns out because of like the
it comes off
like
Glow
72 seasons, right? Like if Sleep Token had released 72 seasons, we'd be like, holy shit, that was a fucking good record. But because it's Metallica,
oh yeah, okay, I was gonna say
it's kind of like that's kind of a shitty Metallica record. Like this is a shitty Turnstile record, but it's still a good fucking record.
Yeah, like that 72 Seasons is a great Metallica record. Yeah, still great, but it's not like you're not going to throw it up against the first 4 or a couple of the newer ones.
And that's never like fair, but it's also fair. It's not fair because you shouldn't grade it based on its predecessors, but also like that's the way we work. That's the way it is.
Yeah,
this is a 2 out of 3 right now. I think this will only go up. I don't think it'll ever go down.
I would agree. I think yeah, this is, how do you come off of Glow On? You really can't. I mean, Glow On is so crazy and so unique within itself. I don't want to, I mean, I'm sure Brady's was a big contributor to Glow On, but I don't want to give him too much credit because we just don't know. I think they were on such a high of Glow On and wanting to create another Glow On, and that's why they did this. So I don't think this is a fair shake to the band. I think in some ways we're giving Brady too much credit because in the end too, it's like Turnstile, like we were talking about earlier, Turnstile they're a punk band. It's not like these guys are like guitar virtuosos. It's not like they're doing anything fucking crazy or anything like that. I mean, we're really kind of splitting hairs, and I think once again, we're not giving Meg a fair shake because I don't think she was given a fair shake on this record. She came in as a touring guitar player, and
as
it
a
wasn't
female in a male-fronted band in the hardcore male-fronted like genre.
That's that could be very difficult. Yeah, she comes
and
from,
it has to be difficult.
but she also comes from the scene. I get it. Like so she does have a lot of cred, but yeah, in the end, I mean, she was a touring guitarist for about a year, and then all of a sudden the band just drops off. Like there's no activity from this band, no shows, no social media posts, literally nothing. Just drops off. It's like, is Meg still in the band? Did they find? Did they get different guitars? We don't know. And then all of a sudden, the promo pictures start coming out, videos start coming out. Okay, Meg's in the band. How much involvement does she have? She does come from good bands. You know what I mean? It's just like she's got the chops. But this record is Glow On 2.0 in the most respective way. With that, I will give this record, I'll give it a 2.25 overall. It's a 2.25 because it's a little bloated, because it is bloated. 45 minutes, way too long for this record. You can cut this down to at least 35 minutes. You get a solid fucking record. Cut out a lot of that, those intros, outros, a lot of the synth stuff. I mean, I don't say get rid of it completely, but just cut it down, man. We don't need almost 3 minutes in some of these songs. So, yeah, I would give it a 2.25. It would never go lower than 2.25. And like you said, I agree with you. It's only been out a couple weeks. We got to spend more time with it. So, there you go. That's what I got on this one.
Got to listen 10 more times, baby.
Never enough. I've already listened to this record like 10 times. But you got to listen to it more. Never enough.
10 more times, so.
I will. Never enough from Turnstile. Get into it. Thank you all for listening. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Give us 5 stars if you're watching on YouTube. Smash that subscribe button. And that's all I have for, that's all we have for this episode. And that's it. That's all.
It was pretty.